Okay, so basically Taiyaki Studios got called out by FalseEyeD, and I guess they are firing back. So let's find out.
So now we're getting tea
Mr.
on the
Underhill.
news tubers too.
Okay, let's hear it.
We're really getting meta here. With that said, hello everybody. How's it going? Welcome
Doing
back
good.
to the
Are you
channel.
an owl?
It is I, Mr. Underhill, your
Nice.
tea sipping owl man, here to bring you some of that
nice.
good VTuber tea. Today we've got some piping hot tea coming to you straight from Twitter, because I refuse to call it X. I don't care if the actual website has changed to x.com. I refuse. But with that said, if you have any other tea-related topics that you'd like to suggest to me, you can let me know in the comments down below. You can let me know over on Twitter at Mr. Underhill VT, or you can let me know in our Discord. We have a Share the Tea area. You can let me know.
Share the tea area.
If you haven't done so yet, to hit that subscribe button. If we hit 10K by the end of the year, I will make and eat a slice of this, the Scarlet Special.
I was literally about to say, ain't that the Scarlet Special, bro? You're gonna eat that? Okay.
There's a join button.
Bro, I swear, if he eats it and he's like, you know what? It's actually pretty good. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Down there gets you a badge.
I am gonna lose my mind.
Helps out the channel tremendously.
No tea, negative 69%.
Let's go ahead and talk about this VTuber agency clapping back at FalseEyeD.
All right, let's hear it.
Recap. The studio in question is one Taiyaki Studios, who used to be the home of Lola Loading. Lola, of course, being the former waifu baby, who was Taiyaki's big talent at the time. Although that said, shout out Ghosty. I feel so bad for this dude. He keeps getting his name thrown into this. He has nothing to do with this. Shout out Ghosty. Lola would eventually leave Taiyaki Studios without any real graduation. I made a video about this. There was a lot of like hubbub at the time of what that could mean and yada yada. This would eventually lead to FalseEyeD running a report sharing some pretty damning details of waifu / Lola's time with Taiyaki. I also made a video on that. You could check that out as well, because I'm not going to go over the whole thing.
That's fine.
I say we don't have time because Taiyaki has now responded with a very lengthy Twitter post that not only calls out FalseEyeD, but also mainly Lola Loading for the supposed lies, as it turns out that not everything is quite what it seems. Now, I'm going to be going over the Twitter post.
Let's check out the tea.
Get yourself a warm cup of tea or some popcorn, because it is a long one, but
we're going to go through it.
Go over the whole thing so that we give...
Let's go through it.
Pretty fair here, so we're gonna give
both sides of this story.
You know, like trying to
both sides.
As the artists and developers who supported Lola full time, we owe her fans and those who worked on Lola and the wider VTubing community the truth after seeing FalseEyeD's video.
Okay.
Everything in the video is false.
And boo!
Sorry. Everything in the video is false, other than that Lola's real name was leaked in a Spotify upload, and that Lola disliked the Weewos. We have written evidence and records supporting every single claim in our response. This will only cover a fraction of the manipulation, abuse, and fraud we have uncovered. We will focus on Lola's role at Taiyaki, how artists were treated, money, and work conditions. Lola is not the victim here, and we know we are not alone.
Let's see the receipts.
Started. This tweet is very lengthy. This is all one tweet, so you better buckle up. And I will, as usual, I will wait to give my take at the very end.
I'm gonna give my take in between.
Lola was in senior management at Taiyaki Studios.
All right,
Lola
Charles.
was not a talent signed to an agency. Her title was creative director. She took a 6-figure salary, equity, benefits, and a 50% cut of Lola revenue on top of her salary.
Damn, that sounds really good.
She was responsible for strategy, targets, schedule, and creative direction. The team were all artists and developers supporting Lola. Lola had no manager in the talent agency sense. Everyone, including the founder, worked on Lola's streams full-time supporting her creative direction. How her artists / team were treated. This video claims Lola had no editor. Lola had an on-site editor at all times during the project, supported by 3 remote editors we hired on Lola's recommendation. To our knowledge, Lola didn't edit a single video while at Taiyaki. Her editor edited all of the videos and created all of the thumbnails. She later asked for his help managing her socials, which he learned to support on the fly.
You know, I hear this, but bro, like, you guys are the company. Can y'all just like release the receipts? Like, show us the document she signed saying she's gonna do this. Like, don't you guys have the contract? You could show it. Or are you gonna sue? Are you gonna sue Lola? Like, defamation? Are you gonna go after false? Like, we got to see some shit, bro.
And he was also her production assistant, managing AV, sound, and Streamlabs / OBS during every stream. Why claim that 4 people who worked on this project for months every single day simply didn't exist? If you're wondering who to believe, this lie alone should set off massive red flags. Her model was not a VR chat model. The face was modeled by Okuda.
So we asked this person.
Her body was designed by HY Have.
Okay.
And the outfit was modeled by Mari Art.
Okay, so we can ask all these people.
Your support. Lola averaged less than 30 hours per week of work during her time at Taiyaki, about half of the rest of the team, making her the highest paid member of the team on an hourly basis by a wide margin.
Is 30 hours a week a lot? I haven't worked a normal job ever, so I'm not too sure.
This left the team
sounds like
with
a
an
lot,
absentee creative director who could not provide direction, communications, or support they needed
to... making her sign an NDA. Yeah. So Lola signed an NDA, so she can't talk about it. But you guys have the contract. Y'all can release it if y'all want to.
Move the project forward.
It'd be easier, right? I mean, I don't know the legality of the contract of the NDA. I've never signed one. So, I mean, I would assume I make you sign an NDA. You can't say anything. I have your signature. You can't say anything, but I can say whatever I want because I hold the contract.
Colleagues were left hanging or ghosted at critical times during the project. Over time, people did leave the project, including the entire music team. Though, due to the aforementioned issues, not a single one of Lola's songs was produced with the music team after months of them trying to work with her.
Okay.
The previous artists the music team lead worked with have billions of streams. This was a huge missed opportunity.
That's a lot of streams.
She didn't actually release a song a week, despite setting that target for herself. When she did choose to make a song, beats were purchased on BeatStars, and she usually began work on Thursday and completed the songs by Saturday. Many promises to improve were made but not kept. Her colleagues rallied to support her and cover for her at her request. Support this video turns against us. For example, Lola asked us to respond to DMs for her because she struggled with managing her inbox. We never sent a single message without her permission. Money. We believe in paying artists generously, and several artists/devs were paid six-figure salaries to support the project.
Early stream.
If you don't follow Lola, one peek at her YouTube channel should make it clear that the claim we only spent hundreds of dollars on the project is absurd. All financial claims in the video are far off from the true numbers. We spent more than hundreds, but less than millions. Lola alone spent $17K on her corporate card. This was on top of her six-figure salary and the 50% cut of Lola revenue. She took weeks of paid vacations. Our records show that she made multiple times more as
can
Lola
you show the records? Are they going to show it in this?
Far more relaxed work conditions. The tax difference between where she moved from was insignificant. By some measures, total tax burden there was lower. The video claims that she did not sign an NDA, but she actually did sign a confidentiality agreement. She then asked us for $30K anyway to not talk to FalseEyeD, which we declined. Work conditions. This video takes Lola's own decisions and frames them as being imposed on her. For example, the team came in to support stream when the AC was broken, even though it never reached 98 Fahrenheit, which is about, I think, 36 degrees Celsius.
So basically every single thing that she said, they're countering it, and they're telling about which example, like, oh, the room was hot. Well, it never went this high. The thing is, if you do counter, it'd be good for you to show evidence, because you just saying, yeah, it never got hot in the studio. I've never been in the studio. People watching this video have never been in the studio. We don't know what the studio even looks like. So for you to say, yeah, it was never hot in the studio, well, can you show some evidence of that or something? I don't know. Because not showing anything. Like, what is this?
Lola wanted to stream from the studio instead of from home, not the other way around. This is all well documented in our Discord chat history. She set her own schedule and targets and was never pressured to stream when she didn't want to. The team even had an intervention urging her to take time off when she continued to stream while sick. Another example of her decisions being turned against us. Our main developer used to work on another VTuber that had an automated stream. Lola discovered the VTuber through that automated stream, made contact with that developer, and he was brought onto the Lola project. We all agreed to try the automated stream for Lola. After all, if the dev hadn't tried it with his previous VTuber, Lola wouldn't even exist. And we stopped it after mixed results. It was not the primary reason for Lola's delays in making partner. It was not done without her approval. No graduation stream was ever scheduled, and the project fell apart while the team tried to coordinate a graduation stream with Lola after she decided to quit. Why would we take the hit to our brand and disappoint all of our fans after pouring all this effort?
There was a lot of money into this.
Other claims about long hours, the missing chair, missing screen, being chastised for not inviting the founder to a party, the founder's departures, the recordings during vacation times, being made to use AI, messaging other VTubers without permission, and more are all false. ID. In conclusion, to everyone who reached out to warn us before Lola debuted, we are sorry we ignored you. We believed her side of the story at the time. If you know, you know. Some of the truth is out there already. To the artists who worked on Lola, you deserved better. To Lola's fans, the Weewos, you meant the world to us. We're sorry things turned out this way. We'd like to move forward with our lives and put this behind us. We hope that this is the last we will have to speak of this, the Taiyaki team.
You know, I don't even know what to make of this last part. Like, we'd like to move on with this with our lives and put it behind us. Bro, if I literally spent, even if I spent like $10,000, bro, less than millions were spent on this, so they say, I would kind of want some of that back. I would definitely pursue legal charges. You're telling me after all this time, all this money, all these lives wasted, all these quote unquote lies that have been told to FalseEyeD, and then FalseEyeD reports this, the hit to your brand, you just want to put all this behind you and walk away? I don't know about that one. I don't know. I need to see some receipts, bro.
P.S. This video also misstates why Ghosty went indie. He's the kindest, most genuine person, and he is 100% indie. We have no skin in this game anymore, but he deserves your support, and he recently released a music video, so go give it some love. I like that everybody is realizing that Ghosty keeps getting dragged into this for like no reason.
Shout out to Ghosty.
So that is Taiyaki's long-ass response.
I hate business things.
Before we get to my take, I want to address something. I should really stress this. I do happen to like things VTubers say, specifically the team. Lady and Heidi are moots of mine. I've had the privilege of talking to them a number of times. They are wonderful. I'm a big fan of Cody's. I love his segments. Cody's the best. Follow his Twitter. He's super funny. And while I don't always agree with the way that False frames things, I do feel like the two of us could probably have a good time chatting about VTubers over a couple drinks. Even like somebody's content doesn't like define them as a person. I'm not a huge fan of the way False frames his videos, but at the same time, I do feel like the dude and I could probably, share a couple laughs over a drink.
Bro, what is your point? What is your point?
I just want that known. If anybody's like, oh, well, you're biased. Well, yeah, obviously, I like the team. Obviously, I'm biased here.
Okay.
With that said, though, I do want to go over some things in that Twitter post that I found interesting, right? The first of all being, if Lola did break NDA, why not lawyer up?
Yeah. Why not?
I've talked about this a number of times on the channel, but professionalism is very important in the VTubing space, especially as a corporate streamer.
It's important in all spaces, in all categories of life, whenever there's a big amount of money involved.
If somebody broke NDA, my immediate thought is they better lawyer up because the company's probably coming after them. But in this case, it does not seem like
it seems like they don't care. It doesn't make sense. If that's the case
and they're not lawyering up, then why not share the evidence that you claim to have in the tweet?
Yes, exactly.
Discord log of things.
Exactly. So why not show it? You have the NDA. You have the ability. You say you have the receipts. Why not? Like, if you say this is the last time Taiyaki Studios wants to talk about this, why wouldn't you show everything? If waifu really did stab you in the back and someone warned you beforehand, hey, don't work with this person, they're going to stab you in the back, why not release this? Because it seems like if the waifu really did stab you in the back, wouldn't you want to at least let other people know, like, hey, this person is a liar, a manipulator, they will waste your time, waste your money, and then abandon you and make your brand look bad? Wouldn't you want other companies to see that? It's not adding up, bro. It's not adding up.
Why not share that Discord log? I'm not saying that you're lying.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're lying either. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense.
That if you want to, like prove to people that you are telling the truth, especially as a company, sharing that information might be kind of appropriate here. I'm not saying that the company has to like share every single Discord DM back and forth between them and Lola.
No, like, you only show the relevant ones that are talked about within whatever Lola said, and you're going to defend yourself. You show those receipts. You don't need to show everything else.
Proof that they are like telling the truth here would have made things a little easier, I think, for people to swallow. They say that they have a lot of evidence, but unfortunately, they don't provide it, so it's hard to kind of just take them at their word. Like, they say that, like, oh, well, this is proven false, so that's a red flag. But it's not really proven false.
It's not proven if you don't have any evidence.
That's false. So there you go.
It's just he said, she said.
It's just kind of their word. So it's not a...
It's he said, she said.
In my opinion, it's not enough to really be like, yeah, I agree. I am not saying that any of this is true or false or anything. I am just giving you what I am being given, right? Like, this is all alleged, like this.
He's trying to keep himself from getting
they said this is no
cease and desist or some legal stuff.
But let's play hypothetical, right? If what Lola is saying is true, that's a big if. Right? If what Lola is saying is true, that Taiyaki doxed them twice, that they were working alone, that they were in that studio with like no AC, working their tail off, all these insane demands, then Taiyaki has some very serious self-reflection to do as a company, and they need to take a look at how they're treating their staff members. Whether Lola was just talent or Lola was part of the team, but again, she's talent. She's
doesn't really matter.
One that she's the account you're tweeting from.
It doesn't matter.
Whether or not she was talent or a staff member is kind of irrelevant here. You have to look at how you're treating your staff if what Lola is saying is true. Now, if what Taiyaki is saying is true, then that means that Lola blatantly lied to throw the company under the bus, and that False did not do any proper research into things before making his report.
Yeah, so defamation, and it makes False look bad because he just took whatever she said and ran with it. It's definitely very dirty now, and for Taiyaki to say, yeah, none of that was true, peace, with no evidence, it doesn't make any sense.
That would be incredibly uncool of both False and Lola to just throw the company under the bus without any due diligence. Now, my genuine take and what I think, and keep in mind this is purely speculation because I'm not trying to get in no trouble. This is purely my guess. If I had to guess, I would assume that the truth of the matter, and again, this is a little bit speculation, both. But truly, I assume that a lot of this is somewhere in between.
Of course.
Now, we can't really say for sure.
Of course.
I assume that, the company did some bad.
It's definitely possible.
Did some bad.
It's definitely possible.
I don't really think False had any real, sway in this. I feel like the company taking pot shots.
What does False get out of this? He literally just talks about the news. He gets some numbers on his YouTube videos, but his YouTube videos do fine anyway. I'm sure False does this research. If he doesn't, well, I guess this will be the controversy that shows False doesn't really do his research, and then he won't be credible as a news source anymore. But you don't go this long in doing news without at least somebody, hey, he didn't do his research, or hey, he got this wrong, or hey, he didn't do this right.
False is a little odd, but to be fair, he is the one who ran with the story,
so
you get it. But really, it should be between Lola and
Taiyaki,
and Taiyaki, and it does seem like communication broke down. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about their LinkedIn and how many members have come and gone, so it does seem like possibly there was some mismanagement going on, and there could be a whole host of issues going on here at the company. My big guess at what's happening is that there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of things that were felt but never said on both the company's end and Lola's end, so it's all a big cluster.
It's a mess. It's a mess, and honestly, at this point, Taiyaki Studios said they were done. Lola and False do not need to respond. Because at the way that this looks, and Taiyaki says, okay, this is it, we're not doing legal issues, False never has to talk about this ever again, and neither does Lola. And Taiyaki just takes the hit. And that's it. That's literally it. I mean, I honestly, hey, look, it's Toledo. Shout out to him. I actually don't really care. If Taiyaki's a bad studio, then they're a bad studio. Don't work with them. Point blank, period. If it turns out Lola lied, it's going to come to light that she lied. Even if like this Taiyaki, let's say Lola did lie about all of this, and Taiyaki is like whatever, and Taiyaki doesn't care. Somebody else is going to get screwed over by Lola in the future, and they're probably not going to let it slide. So at this point, we just wait and see. This is a good video though, Mr. Underhill. I appreciate you. This is pretty good. False is in trouble? Nah, False is not in trouble. All the things are always so complicated because there's never proof. The companies prefer to insult the person making drama. I don't know. Everything's just kind of bruh. Like the only thing I could say to this is next time bring more proof, I guess. I mean, Lola didn't really bring any proof. It was literally like her word, right, and evidence. But I mean, she's not a company, she's a person. So of course, a lot of people are gonna go to her side immediately, me included. I'm like, oh, okay, Taiyaki, you guys are pretty bad, huh? Well, here's your chance to show everybody that you're not bad. And they just said, yeah, what she said was wrong. Goodbye. I don't know, man. I definitely wouldn't have wasted thousands of dollars. I definitely would have lawyered up. But hey, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. Anyway, see you guys on the next one. Peace.